Per Jennifer Jacobs, who is a reporter for CBS News, the senior White House reporter who also works for Bloomberg, billionaire Tilman Fertitta, CEO of a hospitality group and the owner of the Houston Rockets, is expected to be Donald Trump's pick for U.S. ambassador to Italy. Fertitta, who started a reality TV show called Billion Dollar Buyer, owns Landry's, a corporation with restaurants, hotels, and casinos. I'm concerned. Are the Rockets distracted? They should be distracted. I'll tell you why. Now, I don't think the Rockets are going to make a move this year. I don't think they should make a move this year. And it was very nice to hear Rockets GM Rafael Stone, while on Sirius XM NBA radio with Justin Termine, say this when asked about a lot of rumors that have been swirling around the Houston Rockets potentially trading for a star.
I mean, of course, my job is to be open to everything, so I'm not going to not do my job. If you should, we like this team. We definitely do not intend to change anything, and I would be shocked if something changes this season. We like where we're at. We want to continue to develop our guys, and full stop. And will I listen to other teams? Of course I will. That's my job, But again, no, it's, there's no part of me, there's no part of our decision-making process that suggests that we're looking to do anything big now or in the near term. And, we definitely, we want this group to be as good as it can be this year. And then we'll evaluate things at the end of the year. But the hope is very much that this core group can lead us to where we want to go. And that from a transactional perspective, we're largely done.
A note for Rafael, for Dana Brown there. Hey, that's how you should answer questions about, are you going to trade your guys? Creates a little leverage for you, even if you are telling the truth in that situation. Where Dana Brown's saying, we're listening to all offers. Well, to me, that sounds like we're willing to take a look at Kyle Tucker and potentially trade him. I don't really like that. I feel like you want to keep the fog of war going as much as you can, but maybe everyone knows the cat's out of the bag when it comes to Kyle Tucker and his relationship with the organization, given the way the Astros handled the broken bone last year. They refused to call it broken bone, even though Kyle Tucker called it a broken bone. But to bring it back to the Rockets, loved hearing that from Rafael Stone. I feel like the majority of people who are trying to make a Rockets trade happen are Bill Simmons. They're people that are looking at the Rockets from the outside and they're saying, wouldn't it be fun if during a, let's be honest, relatively dead period for NBA interest with football wrapping up, if a team made a big move? So Jimmy Butler rumors or Kevin Durant rumors or any other superstar who could potentially be moved. They want to put that out there and say, wouldn't that be fun? It would be fun. It would be fun. They should do it because it would be fun.
Yeah, it's also a very easy trade to make in your head of well, they got these young guys. You throw two of them in there, throwing some matching salary. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I hate hypothetical trade conversations unless there's a little bit of teeth to them, like with Kyle Tucker and the Cubs, supposedly. I don't want to do it, but I liked hearing that from Rafael Stone. Here's the problem. If Tilman Fertitta, who also said that he would like to buy the Saints when they go up for sale, if Tilman Fertitta is also the ambassador to Italy, Tilman Fertitta, hey, doesn't that mean that he will, I don't know, have to step to the side and perhaps another family member, Patrick, ends up running this thing? The same Patrick who is obsessed with James Harden, at least was in the past. You would think that, hey, Ime Udoka's running the show here. Rafael Stone and him are in alignment on things. This is a good situation. You know how a good situation turns bad? It's when the Lucky Sperm Club steps in and says, well, I know what I'm doing. I might be a little boy, but my daddy's going to be proud of me when I do the thing he wasn't able to do. Bring James Harden back. That is now possible. It is. Do not kid yourself. This is concerning. I actually felt good about Rockets ownership. I really did. I feel like the Rockets are in a very good place. This is truly the one thing that could F it up is Tilman Fertitta going to Italy. That's it.
Yeah, the last, I'll say, year and a half, 2 years, the biggest thing that Tilman Fertitta did was kind of just get out of the way. Not, we've thought for 2 years that they want to make a win now, chips in kind of move, and they haven't done it. They let the young core kind of build up. Now you're seeing it with Tari Eason, with Amin Thompson.
Yeah.
Some nights with Jalen Green, like you're seeing it happen, and now Tilman Fertitta might actually take a step away. You're like, no, wait, no. We want you to just be hands off,
No,
not in Italy.
he seems to have learned how
Yeah.
to be a good owner, whatever that means, which is hire the right people and step the bleep back.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what the greatest thing that Robert Kraft did was
Yes.
to hire Bill Belichick
Look
and
what's
shut
going
up.
on now. Now
Yeah.
he's back, and oh my God, it's an effing disaster up in New
Yes.
England, okay? So you're in a good spot. Tilman, it's Italy. Let's be honest. What does Italy do? Are they still exporting olive oil? I mean, they don't even have a good wine in Europe, right? Can Tilman say no? Can we get Tilman to say no, please?
I think this is
This is an honor. It's an honor to be nominated. I don't know how Italian Tilman believes himself to be. I honestly had no idea he was potentially Italian until I put two and two together. Oh, ambassador to Italy. His last name ends with a vowel. Okay, maybe
I can see it.
maybe he is Italian. So this could be a tremendous honor. It would be pretty cool, but I mean, ugh, sometimes when the guy steps away with the Jets, Woody
Yes.
Johnson, well, okay, but like when Woody Johnson stepped away, you thought that's good, right? Right?
No.
Guess what? Wrong. They drafted Zach Wilson while he was gone. So I'm just saying, this is something to keep in mind. This actually could potentially hurt the Rockets because, no offense to Patrick Fertitta, but I feel like the guy likes James Harden a little bit too much.
Yeah, everyone just do not rock the boat. That's the moment we're in with the Rockets right now. It's like, everyone be calm. What we're doing right now, it's all working. We don't need giant shakeups like, I don't know, your owner becoming the ambassador to Italy.
Yeah.
It's a big time for Italy.
Is this going to distract the Rockets tonight? Are they going to be thinking about like, oh, are we about to make a trade because Patrick Fertitta is going to step in and do what Patrick Fertitta does best, which is hang out with his friend James Harden?
Are they going to trade for Luigi? I don't know.
Well, he's in jail. They can't.
Oh, okay.
They can't do that. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see what happens here. Just something. Sorry to freak people out here. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Let's
just hope Patrick Fertitta let's hope that he has to run up the chain to. Wow, what a sentence. Hopefully he has to run up the chain to Tilman Fertitta. So now I think that there'll still be competency for the Rockets. Tilman, you came so far, and now you're gonna blow it all just to hang out in Italy.
Yeah. King of all Twitch says Fertitta didn't help you. You didn't know that was Italian right away. That's the Syracuse education at work. Hey,
I mean,
listen, I've been around so many Italians. Eventually, you figure out that like, there's a look to him. There's a look to him. I'm kidding. I don't see ethnicities. I don't see color. I can't read races. Right? I can't. That's why I'm being honest with you right now. I didn't know. He could have been Hispanic, right? I don't know. Portuguese. I don't know.
I will say Tilman does throw you off the scent.
Tilman, yeah, if it was like Tilman or something like that, okay.
Tillamane?
Yeah. Yeah, but
I might order the Tillamani at a restaurant. I don't know.
Coog Blaze asks, can Granado take Fertitta's place?
Oh,
that would be so fun.
As ambassador
to
Italy or as the owner of the Houston Rockets? I'm good either way. I just want to know.
Yeah, I'd actually be good with either of those two. Could he be the hand to the
Oh yes, he's
hand to the boy king.
Yes, he's the what's his face? Otto Hightower. He's the Otto Hightower of this of this joint. I'd be okay with that. Tywin Lannister.
You know what's ridiculous? Patrick Fertitta was in the Athletics 40 under 40 list. Give me a gun. I'm just gonna
for what?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Great question. Because his dad had sex.
I was gonna say, what's his title? Like, I just want to know, like, what's in the blurb for Tilman or for Patrick Fertitta?
Fertitta has been in the weeds with his father. What? And has been part of most of the Rockets' major moves in one way or another. Fertitta's official title hardly explains everything he does for the Rockets. Well, what's the title? It doesn't say. He is involved in the franchise's day-to-day operations, including on the basketball side, working with general manager Rafael Stone as they continue to put the team on the ascent after several years in the lottery. Or maybe they're just listening to Ime Udoka. Or as one league insider said of Fertitta, oh my God, this is the worst quote I've ever read. He's got all the juice.
Oh my God,
End
that's
quote.
meaningless.
What does that mean?
That's so meaningless.
Sorry to do a drive-by on Patrick Fertitta here, but like he's 40 under 40. Why? Doesn't even say the title of him in this piece, and he's the 40 under 40. Why am I not on the 40 under 40? Why am I not on the 40 under 40? I've been on Tucker Carlson. Ozzie Guillen swore at me. Made the Pat McAfee show once. Come on. What are we doing?
He's 29.
He's 29.
I don't know how old this from December. No, this from today, or is updated today. He's 29. I don't want a 29-year-old owner of the team.
I really don't.
As a 28-year-old, I don't want a 29-year-old owner of the team.
We got a call from Julian at 713-780-3776. Julian, what's going on?
Hey, gentlemen, thank you for having me on the No Gag Reflex. Alex Bregman, he's 30 years old. He wants too much money. The writing's been on the wall. He had 2 really good stud years. I think fans of the Astros are getting that confused with he's worth that money or those years. Because what's going to happen is he's going to be, I don't think he'll be to the extent of Carlos Lee, but I feel like the production, I mean, what did he get, like 25 homers this year or something? He had 41 and 31. I think those are the 2 highest of his career. The guy doesn't have that thump. Yeah, sure, he's like funky, I guess you could say. And he's grimy, like he's a very good postseason player in some aspects. But isn't it time? Isn't the writing on the wall? Y'all don't sign anybody for big money anyways. The only one that I think that y'all can't let go is Tucker. And if y'all do, it's crazy. Now, the Cubs are offering, I think it's like the number 1 rated player. I think he's like a third baseman and like the second and the first baseman. Very good prospects. But prospects in baseball are the hardest to get correct.
100%.
There's always this next stud that's going to be so special, and he's in the minor leagues for his career. Y'all have a good one.
All right, appreciate the phone call, Julian. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I do not want to see the Astros move on from Kyle Tucker, and I don't think that these 2 guys that are being floated as possibilities, Paredes and Suzuki, are going to give you all that much this coming season. I suppose it's better to have 2 solid players than nothing, which is potentially what happens if Kyle Tucker leaves, but I don't want to see them move on from him. As far as Alex Bregman, look, he's had slow starts, but after the slow starts, he's had incredible numbers. Like, take a look at what he was this year after the slow start. It was a long, slow start, but if you take that slow start out, I mean, wasn't he one of the better players in baseball down the stretch? His fielding is fantastic at third. Is it the best? I don't know, but I think he's a good defensive third baseman. He clearly can hit for power. He works up counts. And I think he's just a great influence to have in this clubhouse. I feel like he's unlike Carlos Lee from this perspective. I think he loves baseball more than Carlos Lee did. Or at least whatever Carlos Lee, the the end of his career. Did Carlos Lee still love it? Probably not to the same degree. I think Bregman still loves it. I think Bregman still wants to win. And that's why I want to see this guy here next year, because you also don't really have a fallback option. Sorry, like don't. I saw this article in the Houston Chronicle talking about all the backups and Jorge Polanco. F that. No, I'm a hard pass on all of that.
I do like that Jorge Polanco has become the face of the veteran stopgap signing. That it's just Jorge Polanco catches all the strays on this,
Yeah.
which is rightfully so. But just it's a funny spot for him to be in. From we don't know his name to F this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want Jorge Polanco,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is the biggest thing with Bregman is the leadership that you would lose, and just like at some point, like you stop becoming the Astros are inevitable when none of the guys that made you inevitable are still on the team.
That's a fair point. Oof. Oof. Some texts. These all have to do with the possibility of Tilman Fertitta becoming the ambassador to Italy for the United States of America for the 832. Italy is about to get a Ferris wheel. It would be really funny if Tilman Fertitta in the same way that Paulie's character in The Sopranos like tries to force like Americanized Italy on Italy because they'd be so pissed by that.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that element of our imperialism, United States, that, yeah, we'll put a McDonald's right next to your Coliseum. We don't care. Or maybe maybe it's going to be a Landry's restaurant of some sort.
There we go.
A little
There.
bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, Bubba Gump in Tuscany. Are you kidding me? Or no, what's the Venice? Just swim up to a Bubba Gump's.
You have a lagoon side bar or whatever it's called.
Just take your gondola, go straight to Bubba Gump's.
I don't know if you want to, if it's one of those ones where you're going to have seats in the water, like that kind of like a resort style pool, but
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know about
I
that
think the
one.
Venice water isn't one you want to be swimming
It is
in.
definitely not. I think it is all waste. From the 281, if Harden was on the team, he'd be distracted about the strip clubs in Italy and about how he can get to them. Well, I mean, who wouldn't? I'm not going to blame Harden on that. Italian women, in my opinion,
I don't know.
I don't see ethnicity, but if I were to see ethnicity, number one, the Italians.
Let's not do the power rankings.
Okay, fine.
Let's not do the full power rankings. Just the number one seed.
And dead last, just kidding. Just kidding.
Who's the Alabama football of the SMU versus Alabama debate?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Nope, don't do it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna get
Yeah,
lost in a horny daze.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone wants that.
Best case scenario. Worst case, we go national for the next 2 hours.
From the 409, if he gets the ambassadorship, will the NFL force the Saints to sell to him so they can use his inroads to get a game in Italy? Yes, and it will be in the Coliseum, 100%.
And that'd be kind of sick if it's in the
It would be cool if it was in the Coliseum.
Maybe it's just because I saw Gladiator 2, but it would be kind of sick to put a football game in the Coliseum.
At least Italy flip-flopped in both wars eventually. Both wars, eventually, they flip-flopped.
I mean, they waited
a while,
long.
Probably too long. But they got pasta,
That is true.
I
can't stay mad at them for too long.
They are playing a game in Berlin. It's been officially announced. Pissing me off. From the 713, and thank you for this history lesson. I'm sorry. I don't read into this. This is not surprising because I think like every single major American family at one point was something along these lines, like the Kennedys up in Boston. They were bootleggers back in the day. Oh, a president. Oh, somebody in the president's cabinet. Huh. What a thought. From the 713, not only is Tilman Fertitta Italian, he specifically is Sicilian. They get pissed off if you don't call him Sicilian. And his family historically has ties to the Maceo family that was running the local mob racket in the early 20th century in Galveston. That's Josh from Seabrook.
Well, hey, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, he doesn't either.
Know anything about that.
He doesn't know anything about that. Where's Robert Duvall's character in Godfather Part 2 to step in?
I'm not answering that question.
He is a patriot to his country. Yes. He fought in the war.
We needed an apology from this committee for dragging Tilman Fertitta's name through the mud and Patrick Fertitta. Oh, hell yeah. Now I feel bad for what we did to Patrick Fertitta earlier.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't at all.
Just be careful.
Listen,
you
should be doubted when you are the son of a rich person. You should be. You should have to prove that you are more than a rich kid.
That's Paul saying that. I want to go to Galveston sometime, all right?
You want to go to Galveston sometime?
Yes, I do. In case the Maceo family is still listening.
What are they going to do? They're going to chop off Arya's head and put it in my bed?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be cool. I would have
the rest in Baytown.
I would have words for them. Oh, Baytown? Oh, yeah, that's different. the scenic sights of Baytown. Oh boy. What a beautiful location that is. Virginia Bunweed Tilman should hold events at the Venetian in Vegas. I like that. It's just like Italy. What are you talking about? Hey,
Caesar's Palace.
Forget about it. We will see.
Golden Nugget.
We will see what happens, but this is concerning. You do not want Patrick Fertitta running the show. Tilman, I trust. I don't trust Patrick, even if he's on the 40 under 40 while being under 30. Good for him. I'm jealous. I'll never make that list. Like, I know that. I'm still jealous of it. I want
you got a couple more years. You have 5 more years. Sorry.
Well, I could check to see if I won the lottery because I did buy a lottery ticket on Saturday. You want to do that on the air?
Yeah. If you
Coming up
win,
next,
if you did pull
possibly
in the
not
lottery,
me.